Baseball is back, the long wait is over, and the 2025 season is officially underway. For the Detroit Tigers, it's time to take the next step in the rebuild, and they start the journey in one of baseball's toughest environments, opening day at Dodger Stadium against the powerhouse Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers are coming off another dominant season in 2024, winning 100-plus games and boasting one of the best lineups in baseball. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani. All of these stars are featured in one lineup, and if Detroit wants to prove they're ready to compete, this is the kind of team they'll need to challenge. All eyes are on Yoshinobu Yamamoto today. The Dodgers made a massive splash last winter, signing the superstar to a 12-year, $325 million deal. In 2024, in 18 games, he threw 90 innings, finishing the year with a 1.29 ERA+. A fresh season, a new beginning, and a massive test to start it off. The Detroit Tigers, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Opening day baseball is next. Let's take a quick look at the opening day starter for the Dodgers today, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He had a great season last year, started 18 games, 7-2 record, pitched 90 innings to a 3 ERA. Feel like he can do a lot better this year. Tigers have star center fielder Riley Green in the starting lineup today, or obviously, but he's leading things off today. First pitch by Yamamoto soon. He's got that slow wind-up. Green's going to ground that past Max Muncy all the way back to the wall. Green's got speed. He's heading into second, and it's a leadoff double for the Tigers here in the first. You know, that was part of the pre-game that we talked about. You have to attack Yamamoto early, and the first pitch Riley Green saw, he decided, I'm going to attack, and I'm going to attack right here. Leadoff double, putting pressure on the Dodgers early. This isn't a team that you want to fall behind. This is a team where you need to get out of the gate, and you need to get out of the gate fast. Kerry Carpenter is now stepping into the box. He's second onto the lineup today. Takes a ball outside. Carpenter's kind of a late bloomer. He was a 19th round pick in 2019, and he's turned into a major power threat against right-handed pitching, driving that hanging cutter into left field. Green's going to advance to third, and there's runners on, but the double play ball is now in order. Yamamoto, 2 pitches into the game, or 3, and he's hung 2 different pitches. Very lucky both of them weren't just drilled out of the park. Carpenter's pumped up to get his first hit of the season here. Gleyber Torres stepping up. He's batting third today. Pitch by Yamamoto is flied into left field as well. See if anybody tags up here. Green's going to go. Throw is way offline. Dodgers are down 1-0 early. Exactly how they wrote it up today. Riley Green pounces on it. Kerry Carpenter, that big threat against righties, comes up to the plate, and he drives something there perfectly as well. Spencer Torkelson, here's another guy. He was a first-round pick of the Tigers. He hasn't really blossomed into anything that they wanted him to. He had one good season, you know. He hit 31 home runs 2 years ago, but followed that season up with a bit of a down year. That's a questionable call. Splitter on the outside. You know, if Yamamoto gets calls like that all day, he's definitely going to be dominating our lineup. You know, he'll be able to make a quick comeback. Pitch in the dirt. Nobody going. You know, you got to question, is Yamamoto pitching around Torkelson because the power threat could still be lingering in there? You know, he didn't look like one as much last season, but it's a fresh start. You never know. People turn their careers around all the time. Okay. Maybe not a power threat here. Ground ball, double play for Yamamoto, and he gets out of the first without any more damage. We get our first look at Tarik Skubal, Triple Crown winner, AL Cy Young Award last year, and he gets to pitch against the Dodgers on the road at opening day. This is going to be special. Taking the mound for the opening day start is Tarik Skubal. We already said that. But did you know how much of an emerging ace this lefty has become? Great fastball slider combo, elite strikeout stuff, very improved command, and he's extremely tough on lefties. Unfortunately, sometimes weaknesses show, and he can give up home runs and occasional command issues. But Skubal is the guy if Detroit is going to be able to rebuild. You know, they need to find that ace, and Skubal might be it as Freddie Freeman leads things off here with a foul ball. Lefty on lefty battle. Screwball sets and kicks. Misses low. You know, Screwball's one of those just elite, tough lefties. Reminds you of all the other great lefties in the history of baseball that we've seen. They know how to utilize that slider. Instantly, I kind of think of Chris Sale with just that nasty arm slot slider that he has. Screwball, we mentioned the control issues, you know, and he's already kind of shown it here as he's 2-2. I don't know how much of a big problem that could be in this game, but, you know, if we want to get some depth out of him today, it was a fly ball in the infield to Gleyber Torres. One away. But if we want to get some depth out of Screwball today, or some innings, you know, he's going to need to get that command together. Let's take a quick look at the Dodgers starting lineup. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith, Andy Pages, Tommy Edman, and Miguel Rojas. Well, they do have a deep bench there. Coming up is Mookie Betts. He's playing shortstop this year. Going to be very interesting to see how he does there. Mookie, in his career, is one of those guys that has struggled against left-handed pitching. So this could be a favorable matchup for Screwball as he misses low for the first pitch of the at-bat. Dodgers aren't even first pitch swinging like the Tigers are. Detroit went out and they swung fast and they scored early. Dodgers are being a bit more patient here. Maybe it's because they want to get to that pen. The Dodgers do have... It's an emerging bullpen, but it's noticeably weaker than others in the league. You know, they're staying in these at-bats. If you want to get to a bullpen that has trouble... Get their elite ace off the mound. That's got to be the game plan here for the Dodgers. As Betts goes down swinging right over the circle change. Beautiful pitch by Screwball. Records the second out already. Now we get to see some power here. Ohtani versus Screwball. Misses inside. You know, it's going to be crazy to think about all the power that Ohtani brought to this Dodgers lineup. And if you can remember, the Dodgers lineup before Ohtani was already scary. So this is just one of those lineups where you're like, okay, I got to get through Ohtani, or you say, I got to get through Freeman, but then there's Betts. And then in your head as a pitcher, you're like, I got to get through Betts. But then you got to face Shohei Ohtani. And then you're like, okay, maybe we'll walk Ohtani, we'll get to the next guy. Max Muncy's on deck. All four of their first batters are, it's not just like a leadoff guy who's got some speed, you know. It's all guys who can bop it, and Ohtani goes down looking. I'm going to stop right there as Screwball pitches himself out of the first. 1, 2, 3, the Dodgers go. More Tigers baseball when we come back. We got the lead. We're back here with some more Tigers baseball. Top of the second. Colt Keith leading off this inning. Playing first base today. Him and Spencer Torkelson will be splitting time there between DH and playing the position on the field. Foul ball there by Keith. Keith can field first a lot better, so... You know, now the fact that there's an NLDH, we're not really going to need to worry about putting in the better hitter but the worst defender at the spot. So that's kind of a plus that we get here. Takes that pitch high. 1-1 count for Keith. Pitch from Yamamoto is in. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Starting the inning off the way we did last inning with a base hit. We're pouncing on Yamamoto fast and early. Now we just got to do something with it, you know. It won't matter if we get all these guys on base and we can't execute. That was a beautiful hit right up the middle. Nobody had a chance of grabbing that. Keith pumps. Zach McKinstry up now. Former Dodgers product, and apparently he went all the way around there. I'll hold my tongue, bite it, disagree. His count runs to 2-2. Little slapper into left field as well, and now we got 2 runners on. 2 on and no outs here for Detroit. Juancel Perez, switch hitting center fielder. You know, we're kind of excited about the rest of his development here. Up the middle, Yamamoto will field it himself. 2-1, double play. Back-to-back innings with a double play, but the runner advances. 1-6-3. That's a tough break here for the Tigers. They were just getting some threats going. We still have a runner on third, though, so scoring position here for Jace Jung. He gets a chance to get his first hit and first RBI of the season. You know, a lot of was expected of Jung. He was a highly touted prospect for a little bit, but now he's kind of just finding his way here in the majors. Foul ball onto the left side. I know Detroit was talking about it. His defense isn't great there. Honestly, nobody really in the infield besides Colt Keith at first plays a good defense. We are a little money strained. We can't just wait for people to develop. We're going to have to sign guys as well. And if Junk can't prove that's his position, then it's up for the taking. I know the Tigers were looking for a third baseman last free agency as he swings through. The curveball down, drop third strike, and that will end the second inning for the Tigers. Back here on opening day, the third baseman, Max Muncy, looks to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Screwball got through the first inning unhurt in this only 16 pitches. So we'll see what he could do here in the second inning. Maybe some more punchies. First pitch to Muncy is a missed fastball on the inside. 2-2 count. And he went around on the low sinker. That just falls off the table. As does my speech when I talk about Screwball. Up now, Teoscar Hernandez. Another outside fastball taken for a ball. Umpires being a bit stingy when it comes to the outside. Knuckle curve. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks here. His 4th of the day. Scoobs dropping the hammer. Love looking at people miss that pitch swinging. It looks disgusting. Will Smith now at the plate with 2 away. Trying to extend the inning for the Dodgers. Fouls off the outside circle change. 0-2 count. Same circle change. Got him looking. Scoob strikes out the side here in the second. He's still basically unhittable into this game so far. Tigers lead by 1 run. We're looking to add to it.
Every time you see me, I got something new.
I won't lie to you guys, I disagree with the projected leaders. Colt Keith, I don't think he'll get that. If Kerry Carpenter can clean up his platoon issues, it should be Carp pretty much sweeping the floor with all of these stats besides Zach McKinstry's stolen bases there. And I don't know why they think McKinstry's going to get enough playing time. He's just kind of on the bench for now until somebody else can come up and take that spot. Hint, hint, trade deadline. Foul ball. Curveball hanging. Not even hanging. That curveball just dropped in the very top of the zone. Fly ball out into right field. 1 away. Rogers goes down quickly. This has been a pitcher's duel so far. Not the craziest of interest in terms of game action, but, you know, it's never a bad day when you get to see some good pitching, I always say. Fastball high, strike 1. 1-2 count now for Riley Green. Fastball high again, and he swings right under it. That's strike 3. 2 away here. 2 Ks as well for Yamamoto. You got to start putting pressure on earlier in innings. I know it's only the 3rd, but we can't keep getting into every inning like this where we get a lead off and then 3 straight outs as Carpenter flies that ball directly to the shortstop. Can of corn play. Can of corn inning for the Dodgers. They're due up next. Leading off the inning for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 3rd is Andy Pages. First pitch by Screwball is drilled into right field. Carpenter's there. Dodgers get their first hit of the game. And no, I wasn't thinking it. I did not think we were going to get a no-hitter from Screwball today, although that would have been cool. Freddie Freeman up now. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a pop-out. First pitch. Swung on and missed on the slider. Lefty sliders. One of the most beautiful pitches to see swung on and missed at. Screwball now. Misses high. 1-1 counts. Foul ball by Freeman. Dodgers looking to advance somehow in this game. 1-2 count. Misses outside or inside. 2-2 to Freddie. 2-2. 1 out or 2 outs. I'm all over the place right now, just like Screwball's pitching. Count runs full with Mookie Betts on deck. This is not where Screwball needs to be walking people here. And he will. He gets squeezed up and in. I mean, it's a ball, but either way, with the way he's been dotting him up today, you'd think he'd be handed one here. But he's not, and the Dodgers are able to get another on base, and Mookie Betts now, big threat here. I know he struggled against lefties before, but the power is still there, and he shows it off. He's just a little early there. 0-1 count. 0-2 count now to Betts. Popped up, center field. Perez got a ways to run in, but he will just in time to end the inning. Skubal has a bit of a shaky end to the inning, but, you know, he wraps it all up together. Dodgers get their first hit. Tigers look to get more run support. More baseball when we come back. Welcome back to opening day. If you're just joining us, it's been a slow one. Tigers are up 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Gleyber Torres is stepping in, or 1-0 rather. First pitch by Yamamoto's inside for a ball. It's been a bit of a pitcher's duel here. Count runs 2-0. Torres, grounder over to Muncy. Shoots the first, easy out. Nothing like too crazy has been happening offensively, obviously. We've had some hits on the Tigers side, but those LA bats have been held quiet. Spencer Torkelson is up now. 0 for 1 on the day. Takes strike 1 on the outside. His count's going to run full. Yamamoto's pitch is grounded up the middle base hit for Torkelson. The inning's going to extend with 1 runner on. No, now it's just about trying to go station to station almost, as a lot of the power in this lineup is in the top of the lineup, and we're no longer there. Zach McKinstry's up with 2 runners on and an 0-2 count. He'll hit a ball high into right center. Easy play. No runners are going to advance. Probably could have off that throw now, as Muncy had to get off the bag. Easily could have been runners on the corners, but not anymore. Wenceel Perez is up. 2 on, 2 out. Big moment here. Fly ball center field. Should be pretty easy for Edmund, and it is. Inning over. Once again, the Tigers threat, but nothing comes of it. Still a 1-run game. We're back here. Ohtani, Muncy, and Teoscar Hernandez are due up. The first 3 batters this bottom of the 4th. Ohtani fouls that high and in fastball out. This count's going to go 0-1. Pitch by Skubal is hit high into left field. Green's there. Another can of corn play. If I had $1 for every hard hit ball this game that went directly to an outfielder, I'd probably be $13 richer. First pitch to Muncy here, outside for strike 1. 0-1 count. 0-2 count. That knuckle curve just floated in there. The hammer, as I always like to call curveballs. Strike 3 on the slider. Tariq Skubal is dicing them up. It's 7 Ks already through 4. He's not even through 4 and he's got 7. Got another opportunity for 8 Ks through 4 innings. As Teoscar Hernandez comes to the plate now. Muncy knew that slider just diced him up. I was getting all happy about the curveball. I didn't even get to pay attention to that slider dice Muncy up. Hernandez is already 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. His count's 0-1 right now. 1-2 count now. Swung on the curveball, but it's going to go all the way to the backstop. Not a chance to get Teo out. He's got some speed going down the line. The inning will continue. Skubal will still pick up the strikeout for that, though. But now there's a runner on for Will Smith. Pitch high. Runner going. Throw down. Not in time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Didn't even need the ump's opinion on that one. Teo, he got a great jump for that. Take another look at it. It was close, but he still got a perfect jump. The throw is just a bit too high to slap down that tag. Full count on Will Smith, and he goes swinging at the slow circle change. 9 strikeouts on the day for Skubal, 4 alone in this inning. He's been excellent through 4 innings. We're going to take a quick look at today's starters between Yamamoto and Skubal. Both have pitched through 4. Yoshi's given up 6 hits and 1 run, while striking out only 2. Skubal's only given up 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 9. Both are getting it done in different ways. I would say the 1 earned run is just It happens, you know, little bloopers into the infield or through the infield, through the hole. There's nothing you can really do about that. Jace Jung leading off here, taking a fastball low. Yamamoto does need to start attacking these Tigers hitters. They've gotten a little bit more patient as the game has gone on. Jung's going to take a leadoff walk here.
The catcher, number 34.
Jake Rogers coming to the plate now. Not the best career stats with runners on. He's only batting below 200, actually. But he's going to get a base hit here, possibly? No. Straight to Teoscar Hernandez in right field. There is nothing we can do. Or Andy Pages, rather. There. Riley Green at the plate. Ground ball over to short. On to second. On to first. Double play ball, inning over. Another double play the Tigers have hit into today. Dodgers infield's pumped. That was a real quick inning for them. Only one hard hit ball, too. Green just barely got on top of that ball. Perfect grounder over to short. You could have drawn up a more beautiful double play to get out of the inning.
Leading off for the
We're back here. There's not a better man to lead off the inning. You know, we're going through another time through the order. It's Andy Pages. In his career, he's excellent against left-handed pitching. And he pops that ball up. But in his career, Pages has batting .354 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs in 108 plate appearances against left-handed pitching. So he's somebody that's able to attack pitching. As in there's another ball to Jung. Quickly 2 down.
He's out.
Not getting it done through the K tonight, but Scooball's still getting it done regardless. Here comes Miguel Rojas. Been with the Dodgers for a little bit now. Kind of a veteran presence for that infield they have, other than Muncy. Line drive straight to McKinstry, inning over. The duel continues. No hits at all for quite a while now. Carpenter, Torres, and Torkelson look to get it going for the Tigers. Gleyber Torres leading things off. He's got a 1-0 count. You know, he finished 2024 strong. Maybe not the entire season, but the last few games of the year, that Baltimore and Pittsburgh series, he had 2 doubles, 3 doubles actually. I think 6 or 9 hits as he takes that ball deep into the center field, but it's caught. Got distracted there for a second. I looked at that ball and I thought it was gone. He struck out only 3 times once during that, but he had 2 extra base hits, 4 total bases in the last game of the season. So Torres was on a roll. Maybe hoping he could bring that into his 2025 as Torkelson pops that ball up into center field. Edmonds got plenty of time to race under it and end the inning. So that's it. Tigers still aren't getting anything done with the bats. Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani do up the hearts of the Dodgers order. You know, if anybody's able to break it open tonight, it's Freddie Freeman. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. 2-2 count to Freeman. Ground ball up to Scooball. Quickly 1 away. Freeman was crazy good in the World Series. He batted .300, had 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. That walk-off grand slam in Game 1, too. Betts fouls that ball off. Betts wasn't bad in the World Series either. I always think back to that 2018 series he had with Boston. That was an insane year. The World Series was crazy. That first 3 games, Betts goes down swinging at that inside fastball. Those first 3 games were nuts. I thought after Boston went up 2-0, it was over, but LA stayed in and fought again. Shohei's up for his 3rd time tonight. Takes the outside slider. You know, he's due up for a hit. And it's also due up for an out. Oh, no, it's not! Torres bobbles it! You've got to be kidding me! Easy ground ball to Gleyber Torres. He can't get his footing down. Look at that here. He throws, he just doesn't release. Torres couldn't get his footing down, and Ohtani gets himself a base knock. Muncy at the plate now. 2 outs, but the Dodgers have a runner on. And there's Wills on first. And as soon as I say it, Ohtani makes me look smart. Easily stolen base, and now the Dodgers got a runner in scoring position. Ohtani's first stolen base of the season. 0-2 count. Swinging over the sinker. Muncy goes down swinging, and Scooball gets out of the inning again. Dodgers threaten him again, and he just shuts it down. Scooball has been perfect nearly this entire game.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Alex Vesia's coming in to pitch for the Dodgers now, relieving Yamamoto.
Alex.
You know, originally a Marlins product, he's had a pretty solid career ever since coming to LA. He played for the Marlins just 2021, and he's been with LA from 2021 to now. He's pitched in 232 games. He's got a 15-11 record. 214 innings under his belt. This is a ground ball by Colt Keith. Over to the third, one away. Javier Baez is coming in off the bench, probably for that split, lefty versus righty. Don't look at those stats from last year. Baez hopefully can bounce back. You know, especially if he's going to be playing more of a platoon role. But he'll pop that first pitch he sees up to Freeman, and there's 2 away. Yeah, Baez is, even his defense has taken a hit lately, so I've kind of just been thinking about leaving him on the bench as Winsel Perez comes up, takes the inside circle change for strike 1. Perez is a switch hitter, so he's kind of decent on both sides of the plate. Although usually those kinds of batters, and there's another straight pop-up to Freeman to end the inning. So we're through 7 for Detroit batting-wise, but the Dodgers are down to their last 9 outs. More when we come back. Javier Baez is going to stay in at shortstop for the remainder of this game. We could move other people around, but we're already in the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the game overall today so far. Not much has happened. Scooball's gone 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Riley Green's 1 for 3 with a double, and Colt Keith is 2 for 3. Yamamoto on the other side had a pretty solid game. He also went 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 Ks, and 2 walks. First pitch to Hernandez is taken for strike 1, low and away. 0-1 count now to Teoscar. High fly ball left field, hit very hard, but directly up. Another can of corn play for Riley Green. You know, maybe we should be giving stuff away for 1, 2, 3 innings. Comes AJ Hinch off the bench, and it looks like they're going to be pulling Scooball 1 out into the bottom of the 7th, but, you know, it's the first game of the season. Let's keep that pitch count low. He's had a great game, already struck out 11. Tommy Canley's going to come in to relieve for him. He was excellent last year. This guy's been around the league for about as long as I've been watching baseball. Hopefully that walk rate, though, will drop below 10% from last year. Will Smith coming up now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Here he is. He's got a chance to go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Get himself that golden sombrero. Fastball high, misses. 1-2 count. And he'll get a golden sombrero. Will Smith, 3 strikeouts on the day. Not able to get anything going. Here's a 2-2 count for Andy Pages. And he'll go swinging at the changeup. Inning over. Scooball to Canley is just unfair there as the Dodgers weren't able to get anything done. Weren't able to get anything moving. More when we come back. Leading off our top half of the 8th, Texas Tech University product, Jace Jung. He was a great college player. Line drive, center field. That's going to be extra bases for Jung. Just as I was about to talk about his excellent college career, he leads off the 8th with a double. Stand-up double for Jung. Runner in scoring position now for Detroit. You know, a 1-run lead is nice, but we'd like it to be higher. Jake Rogers comes up and immediately crushes a ball foul, something he's done pretty well this game, is those high away foul balls. A little blooper, back up to the pitcher, throw on to first, in time, very athletic play by Vesia. That is not an easy play, running off the mound, let me tell you. Running off the mound to grab a little chopped ball and then throwing while turning around, that accurate of a throw, athletic. Riley Green up now, runner on third, scoring position. He's already doubled. Got a chance here to extend how well he's been this game, or improve. His count runs 2-0. No, this is our franchise guy right here. That was the same spot as the last pitch, Now it's a 2-1 count. Fly ball, left field. That ball's going to get down. Back-to-back doubles. Not back-to-back, but 2 doubles this inning, and we're up by 2. Riley Green, have a game. His second double of the game. You just can't leave that pitch up right there. Perfect for him. He's a little late, but it doesn't matter. It stayed fair. Kerry Carpenter up now. He's been held quiet this game so far. Fouls the first pitch he sees off. He's 1 for 2. Strike 3 on the changeup. Carpenter went fishing. This ain't a lake. This is a ball game. He went fishing for that circle change. As Gleyber Torres is going to get intentionally walked here against the threat that he holds still as a left-handed, or as a power threat against left-handed pitching. But then Spencer Torkelson's up, so I don't understand that move entirely. Strike 1 on the outside. 0-2 count to Torkelson. Ground ball to short. Not another double play. It's not even needed, actually. Ending over. Riley Green, though, will give us another run on the lead. It's a 2-run ball game. Dodgers could come back at any moment. This lineup is good. Leading off is the former St. Louis Cardinal, Tommy Edman. Boy, do I remember him there. Excellent player. Circle change, misses. Ground ball over to Colt Keith. Fields it himself, 1 away. Miguel Rojas now steps in to face Tommy Canley. Ground ball. Tommy's there. Back-to-back innings of pitchers making athletic plays there. Again, you don't know what it's like running off the mound to field the ball until you've done it yourself. It's not easy. You know, maybe a guy like Zach Greinke with all those gold gloves to his name, he'll tell you that it's easy, but it's not. High fly ball. Carpenter on the run. Ending quickly over as the Dodgers are now down to their final 3 outs. But before we get there, Detroit's down to their last 6. Heath, Baez, and Perez look to extend this 2-run lead. Now pitching for the Dodgers is Brusdar Graterol. You know, I gotta admit, I don't understand how the Dodgers got Betts and Brusdar in the trade to acquire Betts. They only lost Verdugo, really? Are you kidding me? Verdugo for both of those guys? Because it was a 3-team trade. If you don't remember, the Twins were involved in that trade, too. I know everybody will make fun of the Red Sox, as there's a leadoff walk for Colt Keith, for getting rid of Betts, but they never planned to extend him, so they really only lost that 1 year of Betts. What you can't get mad at them for is not extending him, as Javier Baez decides to do a classic Baez there and swing at an outside slider. But he'll crush that cutter deep into center. Not deep enough. It died quickly. You know, if I had $1 for every ball coming off the bat that sounded like that I thought was immediately a base hit, I would be a billionaire. Runner to second, pass ball anyways. Keith is going to get there without even a challenge. Perez up, still 1-2 count. Ground ball up the middle. Who's it going to be? Rojas is there. Throw on to first, not in time. The runner's going home, and it's in time. Freeman makes an excellent play. Keith was trying to get aggressive there to extend the lead, and it could have worked. He was just barely not there in time. Jason Jung up now with 2 outs. Takes the cutter outside for strike 1. High fly ball left field. Pages is there. Inning over. So 2 runs, that's all the Tigers bullpen is going to get to hold on to this game here against the heart of the Dodgers lineup. Betts, Ohtani, and Muncy when we come back. And there we go, Mookie Betts leading things off. He's 0 for 3, and he's also due up today, so hopefully he gets a hit and proves me right. Tyler Holton, the Dodgers closer, is going to be the first guy to verse him. I guess they're going to go off that split where Betts struggled against lefties there for a little bit, but he's got a disciplined eye still. He consistently posts above a 370 OBP, rarely ever chases bad pitches, and he's a line drive machine in his career. As a fouled the first pitch off. You know, he's a guy who knows how to extend those at-bats, get a pitch he likes. That circle change floats on in there. 0-2 count to Betts. Swing and strike 3 on the cutter, low and inside. Beautiful pitch by Holton to record his first strikeout of the game. And now he's got to face Ohtani, where it doesn't matter what the splits are. If Ohtani gets the bat on the ball, it's got a 50-50 chance of getting out of this park. But he's quickly down here. 1-2. 2-2 count now. Strike 3, the sweeping slider. just sweeps on in there. What are you doing, Ohtani? Oh, just looking. As he watches that sweeper perfectly dot the outside corner by Holton. Dodgers are quickly down to the last out. The last out won't be an easy one. Max Muncy's at the plate. 2-0 count. Pitch by Holton, grounded. Jung's not able to get there. Green's going to the ground ball. He's going to throw it in. Muncy's going to second. Throw is in time. Game's over. That's a bad way to end a game when you're only down 2-0. But the Dodgers aren't able to muster up a single run and get shut out on opening day by the Detroit Tigers. What a defensive play by Riley Green. The arm was on full display there. And the Dodgers will not go 162 this year, but Detroit's got a chance to go 162-0. The win obviously goes to Skubal. The loss unfortunately goes to Yamamoto, as he had a great game, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. The only 2 runs given up were by him. There's that beautiful hit by Torres that scored Green earlier in the game. And here are some of the highlights as this broadcast comes to an end. And I'm going to just talk about it. I feel like I'm going to do these broadcasts for big games, or big starts, or interesting matchups. And then in between these more broadcast-style games, as I try to improve the commentary and everything, will be quick games that are like the MLB recaps on YouTube, where they go inning by inning and kind of just show what happened, or moments where there's runners on and nobody scores, or there's a clutch hit. We'll probably do something like that too, but at least once a month, in-game once a month, you know, these broadcast-style games, so we can kind of improve the immersion of the series. So thank you for checking in on opening day. I'll have Detroit's home opener against Chicago up next.